Peppa Goes Camping. Today, Peppa and George are very excited. They are going on holiday. Daddy Pig has a surprise. It's a camper van, grunts Daddy Pig. Wow! Gasp Peppa and George.
We're going on a holiday,
Sings Peppa.
we're going on a holiday in our camper van.
Says Daddy Pig, looking at the map. Daddy Pig, cries Mummy Pig, are we lost? Well, begins Daddy Pig. Yes. Grandad Dog and Danny Dog arrive.
Hello,
Calls out Peppa.
we're lost.
Lost? Asks Grandad Dog, confused. Is your sat-nav broken? Peppa, George, Mummy and Daddy Pig don't know what a sat-nav is. Sat-nav is a computer that helps you find your way, explains Grandad Dog. Welcome to the car of the future, bleeps the sat-nav.
Can you tell us where to go?
Asks Peppa. Go straight, replies the sat-nav. Daddy Pig thanks Grandad Dog and the family continue on their way.
We're going on a holiday,
Sings Peppa.
we're going on holiday in our camper van.
Suddenly the camper van is low on oil, but Daddy Pig can't find the engine. Mummy Sheep and Susie Sheep arrive in their car.
Hello, Susie,
Cries Peppa.
we've lost our engine.
Lost your engine? Replies Mummy Sheep. I don't know a thing about engines, says Mummy Sheep, but I'll have a look. I'm probably wrong, but this looks like an engine, says Mummy Sheep, lifting the boot. Well spotted, Mummy Sheep, gasped Daddy Pig, pouring oil into the engine. Daddy Pig thanks Mummy Sheep, and the family are off again.
Are we nearly there yet?
Asked Peppa, sighing. Just up the next hill, says the sat-nav. You have reached your destination, says the sat-nav when they get to the top of a steep hill. Hooray! Everyone cheers.
Time for bed.
Says Mummy Pig. Peppa and George put on their pyjamas.
But where will we sleep?
Asked Peppa. Mummy Pig and I will sleep on this bed, says Daddy Pig, pressing a button. Ta-da! A lovely big bed appears in the room. And you two will sleep upstairs like you always do, says Mummy Pig. Watch this, says Daddy Pig, pressing another button. Brrr. Suddenly the camper van's roof lifts up and a bunk bed appears. Daddy Pig tucks Peppa and George into bed.
The camper van is just like our little house,
says Peppa. Good night, everyone, says the sat-nav. Sleep well. The end. Peppa Pig. Peppa Goes to London. Once upon a time, Peppa and her playgroup went on a day trip to London. When they arrived, Madame Gazelle told everyone to gather round. "Children," she said, "this is London. Wow, gasped Peppa. It's so busy. London was a very big and very busy city. There was so much to see that Madame Gazelle couldn't decide where to go first. Miss Rabbit had an idea. My friend the Queen lives in London, she said. Maybe she can help. The Queen's house is called Buckingham Palace. Miss Rabbit went up to the front gate and rang the bell. Yes, said a very grand voice. Who are you? It's Miss Rabbit, said Miss Rabbit. Ah, come in, the voice said. The voice belonged to the Queen. Hello, everyone, she said. Hello, Queen, shouted the children. We're visiting London for the day, said Peppa, but we don't know where to go. London is my city, said the Queen. I shall give you a guided tour. Hooray! Hooray! The Queen led Peppa and her friends out onto the street. She flagged down a bright red bus. Mr. Driver, she said, please may we borrow your bus? You must be joking, sniffed the driver. No, replied the Queen, I am your Queen. The driver helped everyone onto the bus. If the Queen asks you to do something, you must do it. Peppa had never been on a bus like this before. It has stairs in it, she gasped. The Queen showed the children up to the top deck. From up there, they could see everything. Ding, ding! The bus set off. First stop, Big Ben, said the Queen. The bus stopped in front of Big Ben. Big Ben is a clock tower, said the Queen. It helps us tell the time. Edmund Elephant shook his head. Actually, Big Ben is the bell inside the tower, not the tower itself. Edmund knew a lot for a little elephant. Edmund was a clever clogs. That was loud, exclaimed Danny Dog. That was the sound of Big Ben telling us the time, said the Queen. It rang 3 times, so it is 3 o'clock. Pedro Pony had a question. If the clock rang 6 times, would that make it 6 o'clock? Yes, it would, said the Queen. And if it rang 100 times, he wondered, then it would be broken, said the Queen. Oh, said Pedro. The Queen drove the bus to Tower Bridge. Stop! Shouted the bridge keeper. You can't cross here. The Queen was not amused. Why not? She asked. I'm sorry, Your Majesty, said the bridge keeper, but a ship needs to pass under the bridge. The ship is coming, said Peppa. It is very tall. It's going to bang into the bridge, shouted Danny Dog. The bridge lifted up just in time, and the ship sailed through. Good, said the Queen. Now we can be on our way. Please lower the bridge. The bridge keeper shook her head. Another ship was coming. The Queen wanted to get going. Peppa and her friends couldn't wait around all day. Hold tight, everyone, she cried. The bus zoomed onto the bridge, and then crunk, it got stuck in the middle. Now what do we do? Asked Miss Rabbit. Everybody move to the front of the bus, ordered the Queen. 1, 2, 3, go! Shouted Peppa. The bus started to tip and wobble, and then zoomed down the other side of the bridge. Hooray! The Queen was very good at driving buses. Are you enjoying the tour? Asked the Queen. Yes, Your Majesty, bellowed the children. Open-top buses are the best, said Peppa. Why aren't all buses like this? A raindrop fell on her head. Drip, drop, plop. That was why. "Children," said Madame Gazelle, "open your umbrellas." The bus chugged through the rain to Trafalgar Square. "Oh dear," sighed the Queen. "What a shame. It's full of puddles." The Queen was right. There were puddles everywhere. She frowned. "I think our tour is over." "Aww," groaned the children as they climbed off the bus. Peppa jumped in a puddle. George jumped in a puddle. Then everyone jumped in a puddle.
"We love puddles," shouted the children. "Come and splash, Your Majesty," called Peppa. "It's fun."
"Why not?" said the Queen. "One is wearing one's boots." The Queen loves jumping in London puddles. Everyone loves jumping in London puddles. The end. Peppa Pig, Emily Elephant. This is Peppa's friend, Emily Elephant.
Hooray!
Emily is very talented.
Wow!
Emily knows how to play the recorder.
"You can play,"
says Peppa.
"and I can dance."
Emily has a long trunk. She uses it to reach up high.
"I can catch the basketball,"
Shouts Emily.
Hooray!
"I like having you on my team,"
Says Peppa. When Emily wants to see Peppa, all she has to do is give her a call.
"Wow!"
Cries Peppa.
"That was loud."
Sometimes Peppa goes out with Emily and her little brother Edmund.
"We're going walking today,"
Says Emily.
"It's called hiking,"
Says Edmund. Edmund is a bit of a clever clogs. Peppa has lots of fun with her friend Emily. When they first met, Emily was a little shy. But she is definitely not shy anymore.
Hooray!
Peppa loves Emily Elephant. Everyone loves Emily Elephant. The end. Peppa at the museum. Peppa and George are helping Grandpa Pig build a pond. "We'll start by digging a hole," says Grandpa Pig.
"Grandpa,"
Asks Peppa.
"what's that in the mud?"
She has spotted something buried in the ground. Peppa has found a little teacup. It looks very old.
"Dinosaur!"
Shouts George. He has found something too.
"Yes, George,"
Says Peppa.
"that does look like a dinosaur bone."
Grandpa Pig keeps digging. He discovers a gold coin. More buried treasure. Granny Pig comes outside. She is carrying a garden gnome. "I bought it for the children," she says. Grandpa Pig does not like gnomes.
"Do you really think we have found buried treasure?"
Asks Peppa. Grandpa Pig drives Peppa and George to the museum. "Let's find out," he says. Mr. Rabbit works at the museum. He is in charge of caring for old things.
"Hello, Mr. Rabbit,"
Says Peppa.
"we've dug up some treasure."
She holds up her teacup. Grandpa Pig gets out his coin. "Fine china. Very interesting," says Mr. Rabbit. "And a coin too."
Wow!
But George has found the best treasure of all. Mr. Rabbit takes everyone to the dinosaur room. "You found a thigh bone," he cries. "It fits my dinosaur perfectly." "Hooray!" cheers Peppa. "Dinosaur!" says George. "Thank you for bringing these valuable objects into the museum," says Mr. Rabbit. "Valuable?" splutters Grandpa Pig. "Are they worth something?" Mr. Rabbit nods. "Oh, yes, they are worth a lot of money." He puts Peppa's teacup and Grandpa Pig's coin in a glass case. Then he locks it up. Mr. Rabbit wants to know if there are any more treasure buried in Grandpa Pig's garden. "Mr. Bull is an expert at digging," he says. Mr. Bull makes a very big hole, but he doesn't find much. "Same as usual," he says. "A load of broken pottery and smashed stuff." "Never mind," says Grandpa Pig. "You've dug my pond for me." Mr. Rabbit spots Granny Pig's gnome. "Now that's a rare treasure. It is very valuable. The gnome should go to the museum," Grandpa Pig decides. "Don't worry, Granny," chuckles Peppa. "I'll visit with you any time you like." The end. Peppa and the Backyard Circus. Bang, bang, bang. It is a sunny day. Peppa and her friends are visiting Grandpa and Granny Pig. Grandpa Pig is using his hammer. "It's a circus tent," says Peppa. "Hooray!" everyone shouts. "Ooh," says Peppa. "Can we see the circus, Grandpa Pig?" "This isn't a circus tent," says Grandpa Pig. "It looks like a circus tent," says Peppa. "What is it?" "It is for Granny Pig's garden party," he says.
Wow.
Peppa doesn't know what a garden party is. Grandpa Pig tells her it's a party where grown-ups stand around and talk. It doesn't sound like fun to Peppa. She has a better idea. "Let's put on our own show," says Peppa. "We'll call it Peppa's Circus." Granny Pig thinks having the circus at her garden party is a very good idea.
Hooray!
Everyone wants to join the circus.
Wow.
Danny Dog wants to be the strong man. Emily Elephant wants to be the juggler. "My father used to work in a circus," says Emily Elephant. "He did?" asks Peppa. "What did he do?" Peppa knows that sometimes there are elephants in the circus. "He was the ticket taker," says Emily. Granny Pig brings the dress-up box. There are lots of fun things inside. Danny Dog finds polka dot shirts and a stick-on mustache. "My strongman suit," he says. Peppa finds a hat. Pedro Pony finds a clown costume and a horn. Rebecca Rabbit does makeup. "Hold still, Pedro," she says. Everyone is dressed and ready for the show. "Grandpa," says Peppa, "I don't have anything to do." "Oh no." "Well, you can be the ringmaster," he says. What does the ringmaster do? Asked Peppa. The ringmaster is the boss, says Grandpa Pig. Peppa likes that idea. I will be the ringmaster boss, she says. Good, says Grandpa. You can say, welcome to my circus. Come and see the amazing feats of daring do.
Wow.
Granny's guests start to arrive. Everyone crowds inside the striped tent. Welcome to my circus, shouts Peppa. Come and see the amazing feat. The circus begins. Prepare to be scared, Peppa says. Is it a tiger? Rebecca asks. No, it's Candy Cat. Now watch the amazing cyclists. George, Richard and Edmund. Here is the strong man, Danny Dog. Danny shows his muscles. He wants to show the crowd how strong he is. He lifts Peppa. Ooh, say the crowd. Now please welcome Emily Elephant, who will juggle 2 potatoes and 1 egg. Toss, drop, toss, drop, toss. When Pedro the Clown walks into the ring, everyone laughs. Spray! Everyone laughs again. Splat! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and elephants, cats and ponies, says Peppa. Thank you for coming to my circus. The end.
Hi kids, did you have fun watching this video? Then like and subscribe for more.